I noticed on the ordinance that we will pass, it is for $11,847. I guess to 4 employees and 1 part-time employee. And I guess I'll say this, I've always been a person that feel like all employees should be treated equally, all of them should receive the same amount of bonuses. And that's just my personal opinion as working for the county for as many years as I did. I feel like everyone should be treated equally. And also, Mr. Evans, I know you was always against this when you was on, sitting in my position.
No, actually, I voted for it.
You voted for it in December. It came up on our November meeting.
I never voted no. Madam Chair, since you brought it up, I'm happy to speak. Since you addressed me from the audience, I appreciate you doing that. Just to let you know about my office a little bit, my office is the only codified office created by the General Assembly that's not allowed to close. And what I mean by that is other offices can close for lunch and do constitutional offices. My office doesn't. My office also doesn't get to close every single state holiday that you all have. Some of them are exempt by the Virginia Supreme Court. We're mandated by that. So my staff works through lunch every day. They never complain. They never come here. And you've not heard me come here and complain or ask you for anything for that matter. My staff also is efficient. We do everything by code, and I think Mr. Barton would verify that he doesn't hear from me. And I don't think any member hears from me. The monies that we intend to use for this bonus have been used, I think, for the previous 5 to 8 years. So you should be familiar with this, and I'm confused as to why you wouldn't be. So, but anyway, these monies are internal circuit court clerk statutory codified monies. And what I mean by that is it's operational account monies. In the Virginia Code, I believe it's 17.200 something. And those monies come from secured remote access funds that are generated in my office. Those are from attorneys, land managers, surveyors, people that use our land records that we help, that we update, and work that my staff does. So these monies come from that. It's not monies generated off the backs of property owners, off the backs of car owners, off the backs of any citizen other than people that use the circuit court clerk office. So this money doesn't take away any money from the general fund. It's internal money to my office. And another note I'd like to make, my office doesn't do automated telephones. I think every other office in the county does. I refuse to do that. You're going to get a real person to answer your phone at my office, and usually just one ring. So we don't duck and hide phone calls. We answer the call the first time, and we'll never go to automated phone system. So I don't know any other office that works through lunch but mine. They do it, don't complain. And these monies are not county monies. The county couldn't spend these monies on anything else. They're all internal monies, and these are fair bonuses. You said you like them to be equal. They're equal amongst my staff, except part-time. So I don't really know what else to say. You've been good with it for 8 or 10 years. So I'm happy to answer any questions any board members have. Our auditor says it's approved. I know one question may come up. If we could offset salaries with these monies. No, you can't. And don't ask me, I'm not in the General Assembly. I'm not a Commonwealth of Virginia auditor. So I don't know. We can't do that. But we can do one-time bonuses out of the funds. And again, I emphasize those funds are generated by my office staff. And most of it is from non-county people, i.e. attorneys that do title work. As you all know, there's been a ton of real estate transactions in the county. So title examiners use it. Some private citizens can use it. Attorneys use it. And just, again, I emphasize that these funds are generated internally. And so I really wouldn't know why you would have a opposition to it.
I don't have an issue. I just was saying, employees, I think employees should be treated equally.
Well, but the Code of Virginia distinguishes my office. We can't close. We don't close for lunch.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you all want to adopt them, and maybe we could pursue Mr. Sturgill, see if my attorneys ain't getting paid overtime. If we have an issue,
I don't have an issue, I just brought up the
well, we'll
questions.
certainly, be happy to litigate that if we need to.
Any other board members got it? Anybody else got public comment on the ordinance? If not, I would entertain a motion that someone make a motion that we close the public hearing on the ordinance for the Dickinson County Circuit Court Clerk.
I'll make that motion.
I'll say.
Motion and a second. Is there any other comments or anything to make? Hearing none, vote the usual way of voting aye.
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 And the next one is 550. It's time for you to also. Okay, the next public hearing today is on to receive public comments concerning the adoption of an ordinance to allow the county agencies to pay a bonus not to exceed $500. And this hearing is for November 19th, 2024 at 5:50. And it's 5:53, so if anyone wants to make a public comment concerning county employees, you may do so right now.
Madam Chair, this would also apply to county agencies, giving them the authority like DSA, DSS, those agencies.
Yes,
It's
if
required
they-
for them to pay
To
Christmas
get a
bonus.
bonus if they want to, yes.
Since it's open forum, I'm a taxpaying citizen of Dickinson County as well as an elected official. I want to say that Dickinson County, from the solid waste department to the custodial staff, has the best employees that the Commonwealth of Virginia can offer. And we look, Mr. Mullins back here and his brother Jeremy are probably the most technologically advanced and knowledgeable people that I've ever been around. And I've dealt with people in Richmond, Roanoke. Nobody knows more than those two guys. Frankly, Jeremy has to come and help folks that come in and do technology in my office and tell them how to do it. So from Teresa on down, this county has the best.
Yeah, we
So
do have
I,
great
for one,
employees.
as a citizen, appreciate the services our employees offer and would certainly encourage you to vote in favor of an ordinance for our county employees.
I agree that we have the best employees ever. Very dedicated employees. Any other comment on the county allowing other agencies to, the county and other agencies to give a $500 bonus for Christmas? I forgot to say, the public can also make a comment if they want to. And is the number scrolling? And the number is scrolling on the screen if anybody listening wants to make a public comment. Okay, hearing none, let's go ahead and close this public hearing if there's no other comments. Does the board have any comments? Hearing none, we need a motion then to close this public hearing.
I make a motion we close.
Have a second?
I'll say.
Any other comments from our board members? Hearing none, let's vote the usual way of voting. Aye.
Aye.
Aye also. And we got 5 minutes, I guess, till the next regular board meeting. Okay, it's time to call our meeting to order. And tonight, I would like to recognize that all board members are present, along with our clerk, Teresa Lyle, Adam, our technician back here running the computer, and also Mr. Barton, our county administrator, and our county attorney, Mr. Will Sturgill, is present. And I'd like to welcome everyone in the audience, those listening, and there will be public comment for anyone that wants to speak. And I ask for order while we are conducting our meeting tonight. And anyone that wants to call in for public comment may do so when we come to public comment. And I'll give you the number, it's 276-333-0357. And our public comment will come about the middle of our page here. So I'll call the meeting to order, and we'll go to silent prayer. Mr. Barton, would you like to lead us
Sure,
in prayer this
thank you.
afternoon, please?
Let's pray. Most kind and gracious Heavenly Father, Lord, we so humbly come before you again tonight, Lord, and Lord, just ask a blessing over our meeting, Lord, over our supervisors, Lord. I just pray that you give them wisdom, Lord, and strength, Lord. Lord, be with our citizens of the county, Lord, especially those that are sick, Lord, those that have lost loved ones, Lord. I just pray that you be with them and lift them up. Lord, it's all these things we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you, Mr. Barton. And Mr. Thacker, I think it's your turn. For the pledge, everybody please stand while we do the pledge.
I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, the next item on our agenda is to approve our regular meeting, October the 22nd of 24, and then we also recessed to October the 29th of 24. Do you want to take both of them together, or do you want to vote on them separate? Okay, I would need a motion to approve the minutes. Is there any comments or corrections on any of the minutes that anyone wants to make or anything? Okay, he's made a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second that we approve the regular meeting of October the 22nd of 24 and the recess meeting of October the 29th of 24. Hearing no comment, Ms. Celeste, how do you vote?
Aye.
Mr. Thacker?
Aye.
Ms. Kaiser?
Aye.
And Mr. Hall?
Aye.
And I also. The next thing on our agenda is our,
Madam Chair, we need to approve the agenda. It's kind of missed on here, but we need to do that next, so
oh,
it's not
it's
listed.
not on there? Okay.
It's not listed, we need to approve the agenda.
Okay, I
so-
noticed it wasn't on there. Right.
And as
Was
we
it on
approve
the-
as we approve the agenda on item 5C, let's strike that, the rehab contract change order. There's an error in the one included in your packet here, so we'll have a corrected one, and we'll take that up in December.
Which one
So,
is that?
Item 5C, the rehab contract change order.
Okay, mark it off.
If we could take that off, please, yes.
Okay. Is there any additions to the agenda? Have you already added the, okay, that's the one we want to take off, the one you
Yes,
gave
ma'am.
us. Okay,
Yeah, this one here, it's laying on your desk.
okay. And this is on there about the McFalls, correct? Okay,
McFalls is coming off, but the resolution is gonna be item 5B. It's already on there, so.
so is it already off?
It's on there, 5B,
Okay.
one we're gonna leave on.
You're gonna leave it on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
5C will be taken off.
I'm sorry, what was 5D?
It
Five.
stays as it's printed on the agenda, so.
It will stay, and then mark off C, Ms. Les.
On the CC gone, but I don't have a D.
If you didn't say D, you said B, I think, B.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Oh, B. Sorry. I make a motion that we approve our agenda tonight and with the removal of 5C, the rehab contract change order.
Do I have a second? Motion and a second that we approve the agenda as presented with item C and 5 removed. Is there any questions or any discussion? Hearing none, how do you vote, Mr. Hall?
Aye.
Ms. Kaiser?
Aye.
Mr. Thacker?
Aye.
And Ms. Sless?
Aye.
And I also. And on our consent agenda, I would like to approve A first, the approval of the expenditures, and do it separate.
I'll make a motion to approve
The expenditures.
the expenditure.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. And is there any discussion on me taking it out? Mr. Hall, how do you vote?
Aye.
And Ms. Kaiser?
I abstain because I had a catering job in last month's expenditures.
And Mr. Thacker, how do you vote?
Aye.
And Ms. Celeste, how do you vote? And I vote aye also. And on the rest of them, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and I, we will do all of those at one time. The county administrator's report, the drug court, the community work program, animal control report, fire and rescue report, litter control report, building office report, and the sheriff's office report. And I always let Mr. Flemings do his in person, but I know he isn't here this afternoon. So we'll just have to, and I read his, and it amazes me how many miles y'all do and how many calls that 911 has to take care of. It amazes me after you see it on paper. I need a motion then to approve B through I.
I'll make the motion to approve B through I of the consent agenda.
Do I have a second?
I second it.
I have a motion and a second that we approve the consent agenda B through I. Ms. Sluss, how do you vote?
Aye.
Mr. Thacker?
Aye.
Ms. Kaiser?
Aye.
And Mr. Hall?
Aye.
And I also. Now, we are down to public comment, and anyone in the audience wishing to make a public comment will, I'll get Mr. Sturgill to give the rules for public comment, and anyone wishing to make a comment can come to the podium.
Upon recognition by the chairman, the speaker shall address himself to the chairman, and if at the conclusion of his remarks, any member of the Board of Supervisors desires further information, the member will address the speaker only with the permission of the chairman. Time limits. There shall be a time limit for each individual speaker of 3 minutes. A representative of a group may have up to 5 minutes to make a presentation. The representative shall identify the group at the beginning of his or her presentation. Speakers are not permitted to donate time to other speakers. No speaker's time shall be extended except by unanimous consent or a 2/3 vote of the board members present. Prohibited conduct. Persons appearing before the board will not be allowed to campaign for public office, promote private business ventures, use profanity, use language which insults or demeans any person, and/or when directed at a public official or employee when not related to his or her official duties. However, citizens have the right to comment on the performance, conduct, and qualification of public figures, make frivolous statements, interrupt other speakers, engage in behavior that intimidates others, and address the board on issues that do not concern the services, policies, or affairs of the county.
Anyone wishing to make a public? Anyone in the public that wishes to make one may do so also. Michael, state your name and address, please, for the clerk.
Mike Little, 1241 Old Gap Road, Winco. I just have a question and stuff, if you ain't, to ask. I know we're through the litter control and stuff right there, and I know Young's fund the work program. I don't know how much is funded, but the way I understand it, quite a bit of the numbers. And still in some of the reports and stuff that we turned in, a lot of workers I've just not been able to get a hold of. I just kind of wondered, you know, if you are paying for this program and everything else, why can't we use more of the workers on the litter control part and also through the county part? You know, some of the towns is getting more benefit from it than what we're getting and stuff. And I was just kind of wondering about them right there. And I've had a few workers and stuff come and talk to me of some of the conditions of the town. And, which I ain't gonna mention anything else, but I just have to also say what they have told me. I have a lot of compassion for these workers and stuff. You know, I know they're going through a hard time. They're going through this drugs. They're trying to kick these drugs and everything else, and they're trying their best. And we need to help these people as much as we possibly can. You know, I know that some of them it takes a bit longer than the others and stuff, but still yet don't give us no right to really turn our backs and stuff on these people. We need to help them as much as we possibly can. One thing that's also our duty, to help these people. And I hear Peggy saying lots of times and stuff, you know, about the suicide rates and everything else being high. 1% is too high. Mm-hmm. And a lot of these people right here have got a lot of burdens. I mean, they're trying to get gas, they're trying to, you know, work and everything else. You know, and they was in one of these towns and stuff right here, and it was during the summer months. They asked for water and ice. They said, the town said it wasn't their budget to provide them water and ice. To me, that's unacceptable. If them can't afford water and ice, they sure don't need no work. Plain and simple.
That's true.
We'll have some more over here that these workers and stuff that's doing other people's jobs that they're paid to do. I think a worker and stuff, if you're hired to do a job, do your job. Do your own job, what you're paid to do. These workers and stuff right here, they need to pick up the litter and stuff like that. I know they got a punishment. Absolutely, everything's got a consequence. But face it, people, there's nobody in this room or outside this room that's been angels over life. If they had been cops in the right place at the right time, I definitely would have been put in jail. Only thing different of it is they got caught, I didn't. But still, yet these are good people, outstanding people. They're just needing some help. And I think we can help them. I've tried to get them gas vouchers. I've tried to help them in different ways. Some other people try to help them. And another question I have, the people on routes. These people on routes, they work from home. What I do is I go to where they're at, I give them a 2-mile run. They do 2-mile road on both sides. They're supposed to call in every 2 weeks, report the bag, the date, and everything else. I've had a whole list of names over there. Some of them's not even caught in over a year. Some of them's not even caught in the first time. But the workers we got, they suspect them to work for a punishment. So do they. It's all supposed to be fair. They got trouble too, so they need to work. I mean, it's not fair to the workers we have if they're going to work and they're not. I just don't see the fairness in it and stuff. So I just like things to kind of look at that right there and kind of see if we can kind of might give them the driver's seat a little bit of this work program. That we might be able to distribute this place, because I need 4 guys. Keep with me at all times. Whether we pick up trash, whether we go to residents, whether we put up 911 signs, I need 4 guys. Scott can use guys. Travis and Darrell can use people. Transfers can use people. The maintenance can use people. If you are paying for this program, let's take care of our counties first. Then we can put them other places. But now if they go to these other places, now they need to also be treated equal. They need to be treated fair. And we need to help them what we can. We might can knock down some of this suicide rate. We might can help, you know, one person is worth everything. And
Dusty, how do you get their gas vouchers for them?
well, I hear different Some said you can get them from DSS, some said you can get them from behavioral health. I've asked both places and none of them don't know nothing about it. And some of them, you know, these are trying to get gas, they're trying to get food, they're trying to work a little bit. You know, we all know what the cost of living and everything else is.
Who feeds them during the day when they're out working? Because they work several hours a day.
Lots of times we don't take lunch. And what I do is, I pack enough in my bucket. We share. And some of the ladies has also donated money. I went to the food city and bought sandwich stuff for them. And we make sure we keep water, ice, and what we can feed them with. But now, by the grace of God, a lot of them has part-time jobs right now, so I'm getting on their feet. I got a wall over at my office I dedicate to the ones that's graduated out of this program. I got a bunch of pictures over there. If it wasn't for these workers, this place wouldn't look like it's doing right now. I mean, I can get them to the place and everything else, but now, you show these people that you care, they're gonna do more for you. I mean, like I said, we got some outstanding people. But also, we need help. And as long as I'm here and stuff, I'm gonna do everything I can to help. Because I think it's our duty to help these people. I mean, once upon a time, when I got down hurt in the mines, they gave me up 3 times. I lost everything I owned. My house, my vehicles, my land, everything. Me and my wife and child lived in a pop-up camper. But the compassion and love of other people, and by the prayer of God, we're doing a lot better than what we ever had. You kind of understand it when you come from that.
And the 3 minutes has been up.
Okay, 3 minutes set, Michael.
What?
Now, thank you for coming and speaking,
That's Dusty.
because we wasn't aware of that.
Dusty.
Dusty or Michael.
Oh.
Yeah, Dusty, Rhonda wants to ask a question.
Madam Chair, may I ask a
Yes.
question? Dusty, you said you needed 4 workers. Are you not getting 4 workers?
No,
What, I don't understand exactly, since Derek has gone on to another position, I assume, are you having trouble getting the 4 workers, or what's?
oh yeah, we've had this problem for a long time. Me and Larry, we have fit this, we're going on 3 years now. And, even down to the ones that is on, the route. See, I had a whole list, I gave the list of names up to him and stuff, and even Tim, he checked into it. But I don't know who he talked to, and they told him that wasn't his job, not to really worry about that part. So really, I don't know whose job it is, because you're still losing money. You're losing pickers, you're losing vests, you're losing bags, and I've even come up with backpacks to give these people. And I don't have really, none of them left. And see, now I have to get hold of Cindy to reorder these pickers and everything else. And I can't do nothing to these people if I don't call in. I mean, it's up to them, but I just think it's also, if we're not gonna do anything to make them do anything, it's also a waste of our time and also a waste of y'all's money to buy this supplies that you won't get it back.
Are they supposed to report into somebody, and they're not reporting? And nobody's making them report? I for one, would be glad to, when you pick up Caney Ridge or anywhere in my district, to feed you lunch or buy you lunch.
Well, these boys and stuff and girls and stuff right now, you know, like I said, praise God, they are some of them working stuff, now they're starting to bring stuff and everything else, stuff, but now, starting out, they didn't have none.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we all ate out of my bucket there for a long time, which I didn't mind it at all, and stuff, and like I said, some ladies and stuff also donated money and bought stuff for these people, but the ones that got up for right now, see, what I'm asking for is the people that's got some time. When I first started this, Melissa gave me 4. Each one of them had 102 to 300 days. You never mess with them. And we've got a lot of work done. But see, when they keep on swapping these people and stuff out, I gotta keep training them. How to set up a work zone, what to do, how to do it. When we go put up 911 signs, how to try to put the feet in, put the pole up, put the sign on. You constantly have to keep repeating yourself. But if I can pick my team, if I had a list of them names, and I was allowed to pick my team, we'd do good.
Well, I just want to commend you. I think you do a wonderful job.
County
The
looks
county
wonderful.
looks 100% better. I mean, you do a great job, and
Appreciate it.
I don't understand why, I don't want these people not to have to eat lunch, not have money to eat lunch, and I don't know if you have my number or anything, I would be glad to, anytime, to pay for their lunch.
Well, see, this, so like I said right now, so far, they're doing better. But you know, with this work program and stuff, like, we take like our wide cleanups. On the wide cleanup, we supposed to get all the people from the work program to do a wide cleanup. The last wide cleanup I had, I ended up with 4 people. That was it.
Well, who's in charge of these people showing up to these, I mean, who are they accountable to? Nobody?
It has to be, I guess, through,
Mr. Morton, are they accountable to?
Madam Chair, this falls under the Commonwealth Attorney's Office.
Oh, okay.
And Mr. Neese, Timmy Neese, is over the Community Work Program now. After
Okay.
Derek moved over to full-time drug court. And I've spoken with both gentlemen, and, you know, Mr. Neese told me last week he tried to get us 4 people, so we're still working towards that, but
What about the ones that picks up the routes?
Who's over those? Is it still?
that falls, no, it doesn't fall under us. It falls under, you know, again, Commonwealth Attorney's Office. Melissa has some that are assigned, and, you know, it's on that end as far as who keeps up with, you know, what they're supposed to be doing, and, you know, Dusty gets the information that calls in, and he shared it with them, but, you know, kind of out of my hands on that one, so.
see, we even caught 3 people, we got 3 more people.
But we are paying the salaries of those that's over it,
Right,
correct?
we did the program, the community work program is 100% county funded. It's a county program that we're
Yes.
doing, so.
When you say it's Melissa, who are you talking about, that works in the Commonwealth Attorney?
No, that's gonna be like through, you know, it's
The
confusing
court
because we've
system.
got, you know, is it Richard, 3 different groups of people, I guess. You've got your drug court and your community work program, and then you've got the ones that Melissa Gallagher works with.
I just wanted to kind of clear this up, you know, because of our reports and stuff, you know.
what?
Which, some of the numbers are gonna kind of fall anyway, because of the roads been looking better than what they was.
Yeah, and the weather, too. I think you're doing a wonderful
You
job.
are doing a wonderful job, and I appreciate you.
Thank you.
And let me know when you need some money for lunch or whatever.
Yeah, well, I think you've let any of us know we'd be
Yeah.
willing to
Yeah, me too.
help.
Big thing is, I think right now, stuff, you know, is encouragement, you know.
Yeah.
These people, they need it. I mean, bottom, they need it. And stuff, you know, come over at my office and stuff. I got my boss letters with them. I want people to see what they do. And they're hard workers, they really are. And I'd like to see what we're able to do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, can I ask the administrator something
Yes.
about this subject?
Please.
Is there any ordinance or something that we can do if this is a county-funded position or program to where we got first pick of how many we need?
I don't think it'd have to be an ordinance or anything. I think it just have to be something we'd have to work out with Commonwealth Attorney's Office and the community work program on that.
Mr. Martin, let me ask a question too. How much is this costing us? I forgot, in our budget. How much does it cost us to,
The 2 programs are budgeted together on that, but, you know, the drug court, which, you know, moved to full-time this
Right.
budget cycle, and then we've got our community work program, and it's probably 25, 30,000, I guess, something like that, so.
well, at least
Plus
he's
his,
enlightened us
plus
on
his
what.
salary.
Well, he's litter control.
He's
Oh,
litter control.
okay,
That's
okay.
Dusty.
Yeah,
He's
yeah, I knew that.
Yeah. But I appreciate his talk on that, because it's something we wasn't aware of, I guess.
Seems
Is
like
there
it's always
any
an
more
issue.
public comments? Go ahead.
I said, it just seems like it's always an issue
Yes, it
coming
is.
up with getting
Yeah.
enough people to run the
To-
litter control,
Yes.
the way we're running it, so.
Yeah, now here a couple of months back, McClure Kiwanis, I stopped by there one day, and they were supposed to have workers down there helping spread blacktop sealer, and only one showed up out of 4. Supposed to have 4 people, is what the president of Kiwanis told me, so. So there are issues that they aren't going out to work.
Well, that needs to be addressed by the Commonwealth Attorney, right?
Right, I'll speak with Mr. Newberry again tomorrow. I'll talk with him and see what we can work out.
There should be some accountability.
Is there any other public comment? Is there anyone that's called in, Adam? No. Okay. One last call for public comment. Hearing none, we don't need a motion to close it, do we?
We don't.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and close public comment. And the next thing on our agenda is to appoint Dickinson County Behavioral Health Services. And that is it
There's 2
Shirley?
appointments. We have Sheriff Fleming and then Shirley Mullins.
Yes.
Sheriff Fleming is a district-wide appointment, and then Ms. Mullins is your appointment, so.
I'm going to nominate Shirley Mullins to serve another term. Did I hear a nomination for Mr. Fleming?
Make a nomination for Mr. Fleming to serve another term.
Do I have any other nominations? Okay, hearing none. Take Shirley first. All in favor of Shirley Mullins being reappointed to the Behavioral Health Program? I would need a motion, well, I don't need a motion, I just need to call, roll call.
Correct.
Okay, is there any concerns with anybody appointing Shirley Mullins? Hearing none, how do you vote, Ms. Celeste? Mr. Thacker?
Aye.
And Ms. Kaiser?
Aye.
And Mr. Hall?
Aye.
And I also. And the next one that was nominated was Mr. Jeremy Fleming as the sheriff. I would take a roll call. Is there any questions concerning him? Hearing none, how do you vote, Ms. Celeste? Mr. Thacker?
Aye.
And Ms. Kaiser?
Aye.
And Mr. Hall?
Aye.
And I also. Okay, the next thing on our agenda is to adopt a resolution.
No. Hold it. On
Part of
Part of
Appalachia.
Appalachia Board of Directors.
Oh, I missed that one, sorry. Okay. Okay, the Heart of Appalachia, that is Austin, isn't it? Bradley Austin?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
I move to reappoint
I'll get where I need to go.
Austin Bradley.
Okay. Is there any other nominations? Okay, hearing none, Ms. Celeste, how do you vote? Mr. Thacker?
Aye.
And Ms. Kaiser?
Aye.
And Mr. Hall?
Aye.
And I also. Sorry, I missed that. And the next thing on the agenda is the adoption of design building and alternate delivery method for the Wildwood Wellness Center
Yes.
project.
you.
And that's the one that's on
Thank you,
my
Madam Chair. That's the
desk
one on your desk that was emailed out to you,
this afternoon, yeah.
yes, this afternoon. At yesterday evening's IDA meeting, the IDA board had approved the same or similar resolution as well. As we move forward with the Wildwood Wellness Center project, that funding is coming from the Opioid Abatement Authority. And, we haven't got everything finalized on that, so we're uncertain how, what requirements or what restrictions may be in there. So the IDA's already taken care of this, but in the event needed, we wanted the Board of Supervisors to adopt the same thing in case the Board of Supervisors had to actually procure this instead of the IDA. And it's just allowing us to do design build on that. It'll still be following procurement. It should be under that method, so.
What is the pleasure of the board? Any discussion on it?
I'll make a motion, we adopt the resolution.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second that we adopt this resolution for the design build of alternative delivery method for the Wildwood Wellness Center project. Any discussion?
I'd just like to say that using design build, that can reduce the cost in some
It can,
instances.
yes, it can cost and
Yeah.
the time period of getting it done,
Yeah,
so.
so I like that.
Anyone else got a comment? Hearing none, how do you vote, Mr. Hall?
Aye.
Ms. Kaiser?
Aye.
And Mr. Thacker?
Aye.
And Ms. Slus?
Aye.
And I also. Okay, and then we also need to adopt the calendar for the holiday calendar.
Right. Madam Chair, at our organization meeting in January, the board adopted the holiday calendar, the state holiday calendar, and of course, since then, as happened last year, the Supreme Court of Virginia actually made a change to the holiday calendar and had denoted December 26th and December 31st as additional holiday time. And Mr. Evans shared this with me, and I talked to Judge Patton as well. A resolution is needed from the county in order for, the courts will be closed and everything, but for any other offices to close and observe that, a resolution would be required from the county, so.
And it's December the
26th and December
26th
31st.
and December 31st.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, what is the pleasure of the board? Do we want to adopt the holiday calendar that the Supreme Court recommends?
I make a motion that we adopt the calendar that the Supreme Court recommends.
I have a second.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. There's no problem with them voting on that, are they?
There's not.
No, okay. I have a motion and a second that we adopt the holiday calendar that coincides with the Supreme Court, correct?
Yes.
And is there any discussion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to ask a question. Is there any way that we can do a resolution to have this just follow the Supreme Court every year instead of having to go through?
We wouldn't know the dates, I don't
Possibly.
guess, would we?
Well, they would just follow the Supreme Court.
We could, but we would have to.
Form a resolution.
We'd
I
have
think,
to
at the
do a
beginning of the
formal
year.
resolution, correct, so we would need to redo this one. What I would suggest is passing this one now,
Yeah.
and then we could potentially look at something in the future as
January
far
or
as that,
something. and
correct?
doing that.
Yeah. But
So you
but
could
the
do a
answer is,
future resolution to just say we're gonna follow the Supreme Court's direction.
I believe, yes, we could do that.
Instead of having to come back like this to
Yeah.
make
Correct.
changes whenever they change it. It's a good idea.
Any other questions or discussions? You made the motion.
I
didn't you?
make a motion.
And did anyone second it?
Chris?
Chris seconded. Okay. No other discussion. How do you vote, Ms. Celeste?
Aye.
Mr. Thacker?
Aye.
And Ms. Kaiser?
Aye.
And Mr. Hall?
Aye.
And I also. Now, the next thing on the, I guess we turn the page, I can't remember.
It's other business, but we don't have no other
We don't have no
business.
other business, huh?
Okay.
I skipped it because
Okay.
we didn't have it.
Okay.
The adoption of the ordinance to allow Dickinson County Circuit Court Clerk Office to pay a one-time bonus. What is the pleasure of the board?
I'll make a motion for the ordinance to allow the Dixon County Circuit Court Clerk's office to pay a one-time bonus.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
I'd like to ask again, is there any way to get this in something that we don't have to come back every year and do?
I think that's a little bit more difficult with, just because of the monetary amounts involved in it. So the answer to that, I believe, would be no, because it would be more to me, it's something that needs to be reviewed as far as, just because the amounts may change.
Okay.
I believe we all, can I speak?
Yes,
I believe we all voted for this last year and the year before, I believe when
several, it's been voted on for several years.
yeah, when the previous clerk brought this to the board's attention and stuff, but, he sort of got raked over the coals last year, but we still all approved it, and I'm sure that's the way it looks like that it'll probably go this year, but I also stand behind, our chairman's thought on equal bonus pay. So, but that is the elected, Mr. Evans is the elected official for that office, and I'm pretty sure it's his call. So
Is he left?
we just have to
He had
approve.
another meeting he had to get to.
Okay, I
so-
noticed that he is dividing his and equal, when last year and the prior years, it was done by their
Percentage
salaries.
of salary.
But
I think.
percentage of their salary, but I do appreciate him dividing
Yeah,
it equally.
equally, yeah.
I do appreciate that.
Yeah. And there's not I'm sure there's probably not a whole lot that we can do, other than approve it, because like I said, elected official pretty well controls their office, so to speak, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's money that,
That's not money that the county could use in the general fund or anything
No,
like that.
right,
So it's-
right.
He has to use it for his office.
Well,
Yeah.
let me ask you this, if he doesn't use it, what happens to that money? Does it just roll over
It does.
in
yes.
his office,
It
correct?
does.
It keeps
There's allowable
accumulating for
uses that
his,
he can use it for certain things.
Okay,
To
okay,
benefit his office.
yeah.
okay,
But he holds those funds separate from the treasurer's office.
Right,
And so the way this works in the past, the bonus is paid by the county, and then Ms. Fuller will compute, the amount of all the taxes and all the costs of the county, and then he'll reimburse the county back for that amount, so.
okay.
okay.
and bonuses are approved through,
December 31st.
I guess, the account, the auditors.
They are,
Said
yes.
that
They
was,
provided information last year showing that was an allowable use.
You hadn't been through this rodeo.
Okay. Did we vote on that?
No, you gotta move in second. though.
Okay, we've had discussion.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, we've got to move in a second to pass this ordinance for the circuit court clerk's office. Mr. Hall, how do you vote?
Aye.
Ms. Kaiser?
Aye.
And Mr. Thacker?
Aye.
And Ms. Slay?
Aye.
And I also. The next thing on the agenda is the ordinance to allow the county agencies to pay a bonus not to exceed $500. And this will have to come in another motion, correct? The
Yeah.
way
Right,
you
you've got
have-
two motions. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Do I have a motion to allow county agencies? And this takes in behavioral health, PSA,
DSS.
DSS. That's our other agencies.
Yes,
correct?
ma'am.
I'll make a motion, we allow the county agencies.
You can't make the motion.
Oh, I
This
can
one,
abstain from
yeah,
this
he
one.
can on
don't
Yeah.
this one.
I will make the motion to approve giving full-time county employees a $500 bonus and part-time county employees a $250 bonus. And this will exclude any board members, temporary employees, elected officials, or any employee who has already received a bonus for this year.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
You
Okay.
two need,
What-
this is the second motion, so y'all have to abstain from this, Chris and Richard.
Yeah, that's the reason I told him
Yeah, I
he couldn't
forgot.
make this
We have
motion.
to make a motion actually to allow the agencies, we've not made the motion to allow them to pay the bonus yet. But you can go ahead and do this one and then back up to the
Okay.
DSS and PSA.
Do you want
can
me
To do
to-
the ordinance, to approve the ordinance.
So you want me to approve the ordinance first? Let's do that.
To me, I think that makes more sense
Okay.
to approve the ordinance
Okay,
first, allowing it.
let's
and then-
approve the ordinance. Did I get a motion and a second to approve the ordinance?
Uh-huh.
Allowing the agencies to make the bonuses?
I'll make that motion.
All right.
There you go.
And I'll second it.
And a motion and a second to approve the county agencies to pay the bonuses not to exceed $500. How do you vote? Any discussion? How do you vote, Ms. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Thacker?
Abstain.
Ms. Kaiser?
Aye.
And I also, and
I
Mr.
abstain.
Hall. abstains. Now, Peggy, we'll make the motion that you read.
Yeah.
I need a motion that we adopt these motions according to who will be paid the 500 and who will not. You want to read it again?
Yes, I will make a motion to approve giving full-time county employees a $500 bonus and part-time county employees a $250 bonus. This will exclude any board member, temporary employee, elected officials, and any employee who has already received a bonus this year.
Do I have a second to
I'll
that?
second it.
I have a motion and a second to her motion to adopt the motion as to who receives the $500 and the $250. How do you vote, Ms. Slessor?
Aye.
Mr. Thacker?
Abstain.
Ms. Kaiser?
Aye.
And I also, and Mr. Hall?
I abstain.
Okay, 2 abstain and 3 ayes.
Yep.
So it passes. Now, let me see where I'm at. I need a motion to go into closed session next, I guess. Correct?
Yep, I make a motion to go into closed session pursuant to Virginia Code Section 2.2-3711A1, A, Section 2.2-3711A1, I, Personnel, 1, Economic Development, 2, Sheriff.
Do I have a second
I'll
that we go
second.
into closed session? Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, how do you vote, Ms. Sless?
Aye.
Mr. Thacker?
Aye.
And Ms. Kaiser?
Aye.
And Mr. Hall?
Aye.
And I also. So we are in closed session. Do anyone need a I'll declare us out of closed session at this time and ask for certification of our closed meeting.
I will make a motion that whereas the Dickinson County Board of Supervisors has convened a closed meeting on the date pursuant to an affirmative recorded vote and in accordance with the provisions of the Virginia Freedom of Information Act, and whereas 2.2-3712 of the Code of Virginia requires a certification of the Dickinson County Board of Supervisors that a closed meeting was conducted in conformity with Virginia law. Now therefore be it resolved that the Dickinson County Board of Supervisors hereby certifies that, to the best of each member's knowledge, only business matters lawfully exempted from open meeting requirements by Virginia law were discussed in the closed meeting, to which this certification resolution applies, and only such public business matters as identified in the motion with the convening the closed meeting were heard, discussed, or considered by the Dickinson County Board of Supervisors, with the addition of litter control was discussed in closed session under personnel.
I second that.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, how do you vote? Ms. Sluss? Mr. Thacker? Mr. Hall? And Ms. Kaiser?
Aye.
And I also. The next thing on our agenda is matters discussed in closed sessions, and I assume we have none. And number 11 is supervisors' comments.
Dana, speak first.
And I would like for Ms. Cronkite to speak on our job fair tomorrow.
Thank you, Ms. Willis. Yes, tomorrow I'm here at the Dickinson Center for Education and Research. We are hosting a career fair that will begin at 1 o'clock and it will last until 6 p.m. We actually have sponsors for the career fair, which are Mountain Empire Community College and Southwest Virginia Community College. Of those people that we have that are attending the fair, we have several employers that are looking for new employees. Those include the Red Onion State Prison, Earthlink, Foundever. We have Kids Central, the Sleep In and the Wise In, In-Home Care. We also have the college systems, as I mentioned earlier, that we're sponsoring, Mountain Empire and Southwest Virginia Community College, that will both have information about all of their programs that they have available to Dickinson County residents. We also will have with us here Virginia Talent Opportunity Partnership, which is a group that works with internships to place individuals in different companies for interning. We will have the Health Wagon here, who will be administering vaccinations. We'll also have Ballot Health will be here. And then we're also going to have several different agencies in the community that will be here to support small businesses and entrepreneurs. And those include the Small Business Development Centers from both Mountain Empire and Southwest Community College, People Incorporated, and Opportunity Southwest Virginia, and the Dickinson County Chamber. So again, the career fair is from 1 to 6. At 5 p.m., we will be hosting a small business and entrepreneurial fireside chat, where all of those agencies that I mentioned earlier will be here to provide some information to anybody in the community that is interested in opening a small business, or someone who is already a small business owner that may be looking for additional services for a potential expansion. The one thing that I want to make sure to mention is I have several $100 gift cards that we will be doing a drawing for. So for people who come in, we'll have a little slip for them to provide their information, and then after the event, we will make the drawings and call them to be able to come and pick up their gift cards. And again, that's thanks to Mountain Empire Community College and Southwest Virginia Community College. So we have a lot of great people who are going to be here tomorrow. It'll be in the front lobby of the DSER on the right-hand side. So come out and see us and have some cookies and drinks and get some information. Thank you.
Thank you, Dana. Okay. Mr. Hall, I'll start with you for supervisors' comments tonight.
No, I would like to congratulate the Ridgeview Volleyball for a great season. They'll be playing again tomorrow, I believe. So if anybody can attend that, that would be good. Give them some support. I don't know if Dana mentioned the workforce. We're still having the workforce training, the electrical and welding. So if anybody's interested in that, please look at that. And happy Thanksgiving, and hope y'all have a wonderful and blessed holiday.
Ms. Kaiser, you want to be next?
I would just like to thank everybody for the jobs that they've been doing in the county. Our sheriff's department, they're running a little bit tight on employees, and thank them for how they've been handling that. Congratulations also to Ridgeview volleyball girls on their win and progress, and the football team Friday night on their progress of the next level playing in the state, towards the state games. But most of all, I liked everybody that knows the worth of prayer to remember my daughter in prayer. We travel to Charlottesville tomorrow for another round of surgery on Thursday. And I just ask everybody to keep her in mind for everything to go good during surgery. She has 2 young boys that needs their mother.
Bless Jesus.
And for quick healing when she comes home. And everybody have a happy Thanksgiving. Santa train Saturday.
Yeah, it is Saturday.
Yep.
Mr. Thacker, you want to go next?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd also like to congratulate the Ridgeview teams on their wins and hopeful future wins coming up. I would also like to thank everybody for their hard work that works for the county, our coal miners. God bless them and their work that they do every day. And I'd like to mention that our local rescue squad in Sand Lake District lost a member of their rescue squad to cancer. I'd like for just everybody to reach out in prayer for their family. Grace was an outstanding member of the rescue squad for many, many years, and we will miss her. And we just pray for her family that they get the comfort that they need. And that's all.
I forgot to mention that.
I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, and I too want to congratulate the Ridgeview football team, and I hope for a win come, is it Friday night, and the volleyball team plays tomorrow night up at Ridgeview. I did go watch them play Saturday, and we have a very impressive team. And I also want to congratulate our academics team that I believe won the Regent, the district. And, you know, we got some smart kids. We not only got some smart children, not only do we have some children that are very sports academic. Somebody asked me at the game Saturday night why Ridgeview had such a good academics and sports, and I'm very proud of them. I'm very proud of the academics. And all of those people that got the children at Ridgeview, and the staff, and the coaches. You know, it takes a lot to coach these teams, and the assistant coaches, and especially the academic team that doesn't really get. I'm very proud of them. We got some smart young'uns. And have a happy Thanksgiving.
Okay, I guess it's me. I'd like to congratulate all the academics at Ridgeview, and it shows that we are a consolidated school and that we are actually working together, and the kids love the school. I talk to them, they love it. Asked my great-grandson how he's going through the metal detector. He said, it's no problem. So, I mean, I thought, you know, a 6-year-old, no problem. So he said once we took our bottles out, our metal bottles out, he said everything goes good. So anyway, I'd like to congratulate them, and they have done wonderful. Not only them, this year we sent 2 elementary Little League teams to state for the first time ever. And I think, it just shows that our consolidation is working, and I just appreciate everything that everybody's done, and wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. My family doesn't have Thanksgiving till Sunday. My boys hunt during Thanksgiving, so we wait till Sunday. But I appreciate everyone listening tonight, everyone that's attended tonight and stayed with us. I appreciate you all attending. And that's all. Just happy Thanksgiving. And like Richard, we have some great, great employees in our county. And our county itself, our employees are great employees. I appreciate Mr. Barton for what he does, and Dana for all that she does. They're both hard workers, and I appreciate it. I'm very proud of both of them.
Teresa.
And Teresa, I'm proud of Teresa too. Teresa never speaks up, but I am proud of all of our workers.
I make a motion that we adjourn.
Okay, that's the next thing on the agenda.
And I'll second it.
And all in favor, vote the usual way of voting. Aye. Aye.